When you're staring at a stack of spreadsheets or a marathon of Zoom calls, the chair you sit in quietly becomes the silent partner in your productivity or the reason you're reaching for a heating pad at 3 in the afternoon. I've spent a lot of time testing office chairs in real-world setups, from cramped home offices with a single monitor to larger corporate cubicles where a teammate might borrow your seat for a quick chat. The goal of this review is to help you decide whether the Steelcase gesture really earns its reputation, or if you'd be better off putting that budget toward a different solution. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, let's talk about why the gesture often lands on must-have lists. It's marketed as an ergonomic chair that moves with you, promising that the seat and back together will follow the natural pivot of your spine. In practice, that means when you lean forward to type, the back tilts a little and the seat slides forward, keeping your hips in a more open angle. I set this up in a typical home office, a 27-inch monitor at eye level, a standing desk that I raise a few times a day, and a small rug that cushions the floor. Over the course of a week, the synchronized motion actually felt noticeable. When I shifted my weight forward to get a better view of a spreadsheet, the seat depth adjusted without me having to fumble with a separate lever. That seamless transition is the sort of thing that keeps your posture from locking into a single position for hours. Now, the gesture isn't a one-size-fits-all. The chair's adjustable seat depth ranges about 3 inches, which covers most average body types but might leave taller users wishing for a bit more room. If you're over 6 feet and have longer thighs, you may find the deepest setting still a tad short, causing your knees to sit too close to the edge. The armrests are fully adjustable height, width, pivot, and depth, but the knobs have a firm click that can feel a little stubborn the first few times you try to reposition them. It's not a deal breaker, just something that adds a few seconds to the setup process each morning. One practical strength that often goes overlooked is the durability claim. Steelcase backs the gesture with a 12-year manufacturer warranty, and the chair is built to handle a full workday, 7 days a week, without the springs sagging or the fabric tearing. The upholstery is a 100% polyester connect fabric, which resists stains and is relatively easy to clean, handy if you have a coffee-driven morning routine. I spilled a bit of water on the back during a video call and it dried without leaving a mark. In a busy household with kids or pets, that kind of resilience can save you from buying a replacement after a few months. On the flip side, the wheels that come standard are optimized for carpet. If you have hard flooring in your office, you'll notice the casters don't glide as smoothly and can leave small scratches if you're not careful. It's a simple swap to get hard floor wheels, but that's an extra expense that isn't included out of the box. The chair's weight is another consideration. It's solid enough that moving it around a room feels like shifting a small piece of furniture. If you frequently reconfigure your workspace, you might want to factor in a little extra effort each time you relocate it. Pricing is where the conversation often splits. The gesture sits in the premium tier of office chairs, and its price reflects both the brand name and the ergonomic engineering. For freelancers or remote workers who only sit a few hours a day, the investment might feel steep compared to a more basic mesh chair. However, if you're clocking 8 to 10 hours at a desk, the cumulative cost of back pain treatments, reduced focus, and a potential need to replace a cheaper chair sooner can outweigh the upfront outlay. Think of it as a long-term health and productivity tool rather than a decorative office accessory. Who should consider buying the gesture? If you're someone who spends most of your workday seated, value the ability to fine-tune arm and seat positions, and have a moderate to larger budget for a chair that promises to adapt as you move, this chair aligns well with your needs. It also makes sense for people who have tried multiple chairs and still feel a lingering discomfort. The synchronized motion and deep seat adjustments can be the missing link. Conversely, if you're a student, a part-timer who only works a couple of hours a day, or you have a very tight budget, you might be better off with a solid mid-range ergonomic chair that offers basic adjustability without the premium price tag. In terms of real-world day-to-day performance, the gesture shines when you have a setup that encourages a variety of postures. I paired it with a sit-stand desk and found that when I raised the desk to a standing height, the chair's back tension release allowed a quick sit-down without feeling like